Well, hello, welcome back. Tammy here from Lammas Creations DIY. I am so happy you have returned. We are in the Christmas series. So, let's start crafting. So for my first craft, I have a piece of cardboard. It's a fairly thick piece of cardboard. I can't remember where I found it, but I figured it could be useful. What I'm going to do first is, using a ruler and my utility knife, I'm going to cut it in half because I don't need the full thing. I just score it a few times and it easily comes apart. Then, again, using my ruler and my knife, I'm going to cut off all the little extra ends, flappy ends there. See that scratch there? Pretty sure my cat got to it. Now that it's all cut off, I'm going to use my arms and my hands and rulers and anything I can, and I'm going to shape it into like an oval. Half an oval, I guess you could say. Into a rainbow. Let's put it that way. And then just with some masking tape or some painter's tape, I tape it so that it stays in its shape. Now, taking this form, I'm going to trace it over top of some foam board, the long end and both ends. Just using a marker, I'm going to trace it onto the foam. Using a ruler to close off my ends, and then using a small, sharp craft knife, I'm going to slowly cut each piece out. If you take your time, you can usually do a pretty good job with cutting. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to take our hot glue, put some glue along the edge of the foam board, and then we're going to put it on the side of the cardboard on one of the sides there and hold it until it sets. And then taking my glue gun again, we're going to add some extra glue just to reinforce it. And then we do the other side. This one you could see a little bit better. Putting the glue on the edge of the foam board, and then taking the cardboard side, put it up against it so it lines up, and then add more glue for support. And that's what it looks like so far. Now it's time to take the end pieces. And if you notice, I cut it wrong, but that's okay, we'll fix it. Taking that same foam board that we cut it from, I cut off that little piece that it came from and glued it right back on. Then taking that piece, we're going to line it up using the glue gun. Put glue all the way around on the cardboard and glue this into place. And then we glue down the bottom and reinforce it with some more hot glue. Now taking the front, we're going to measure out. I believe I go down about 1 inch and then 2 inches. And basically what I'm doing is I'm just going to draw in a rectangle. And then again, using my craft knife, we're going to cut that out carefully. We don't want to overcut, we just want that little rectangle out. And pop, out it comes. Now it's time to glue that part on. We're just going to, with some hot glue, glue all the way around and make sure that it's nice and secure. And what it looks like so far. Now, I have had this fabric for I don't know how long. I've had it for about a year or so now. And I figured it's a good time to use it. So, taking that fabric and the bottom of our mailbox, we're going to line it up with the edge of the front of the mailbox. And we're just going to hot glue it down on the bottom there. And then every turn we do, we're going to line it up and hot glue. And we're gluing on the front side. That where my right hand is, that is the front of our mailbox. And we go all the way around doing that. When we get back down to the bottom, we will trim off the extra all the way down and then glue that edge down to the bottom. Now in the end, I decided that I was going to basically wrap it like a gift. And I just kept folding and making sure and folding until I liked it. And then I glued the two little end pieces down on the bottom and put a clip on the top because I wasn't ready to glue that part yet because I was missing fabric. So we'll do that part at the end when I have extra fabric. Now it's time to do the front. So taking some more fabric, I take the mailbox and I line it up as close as I can, but I want a little hangover on each side. And I just put a mark there and cut it square. Then taking my hot glue, I'm going to hem three of the sides. The long side that you're looking at, and then the right and the left side. My original plan was to paint it, but because I screwed up on measuring the end and the front, I decided to use fabric and cover it. Then again, taking my hot glue, we're going to glue the front cap on. And just going all the way around. And then you'll see why I didn't hem the top part, because it's round. You kind of have to go little by little. So after I glue down this part, I'll show you on the top there. I trim off any extra that I don't need. And then I just do it little by little because you have to follow that round part. So little by little helps out a lot better. And now, taking a little piece, I cut it off, and I go out of frame for this, but what I do is I just kind of stuff it in there and glue it into place. And that's what it looks like. And then I just glue the rest of the flaps down, making sure everything is nice and secure. This is what it looks like so far. But now we got to cut out the piece where the mail goes in. Using my craft knife, I just, from all four corners, cut on an angle towards the center. And then using my scissors, I cut it a little more. And then I cut straight across. Then taking my hot glue, I put a little hot glue on the flap, and I push it on the inside and glue it in place. Now taking another piece of foam board, I'm going to draw out the flag that goes on a mailbox. Using my scissors to cut off the extra. And then using some red felt, I'm going to glue and wrap this little flag and cut and glue until it gets all nice and wrapped. I end up cutting it so that I can do the stick part and then the flag part separately. And then you'll see I put some ribbon there to hide the seam. I use this red ribbon with the snowflakes, and that's what I use to hide the seam between the two. And I have these little Santa embellishments there, or stickers I think. I take off the sticker part and I hot glue it right to the top of that flag. And then we hot glue the flag to our mailbox. Santa always has mail, so it's always going to be up. I picked these wood craft slats up at Dollar Tree. What I'm going to do is paint it with my baking soda and house paint mixture. Then, using this ribbon that I also got at Dollar Tree, I'm going to cut off pieces that go around the edge. And then using my hot glue, I'm going to fold them in half and glue them together. And then I'm going to glue them all the way around the edge. Then, taking letters that I printed off of my printer, I'm going to use my carbon paper, put the word over top, and trace over it with my pencil until it all is on my project. Then using my red paint marker, we're going to paint and draw over the letters to make them stand out a little more. Now we're going to hot glue it down to the side, and that part's done. I picked this ribbon up at Dollar Tree again. What I do is I cut off 3 different sizes strips, and then I glue the ends together. Then finding the middle of the first 2, I stick them together using a red pipe cleaner. I'm going to cinch it in the back, and I string it through that top one so that you don't see it, and we have a cute little bow. Then taking 2 more pieces, those are going to be our tail. Now we're going to hot glue the bow to the front, just underneath where the mail slot is, and then I scrunch up No, first I'm dovetailing my ends. And then I scrunch it up at the top, put some hot glue, and I glue it underneath the bow to give it its tails. I pulled this ho 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 sign and the little Santa off of some other signs that I won't be using them on. And this one's going to go on the front and Santa's going to go on the side. And our mailbox is done. I love it. I wanted to have a mailbox, but I couldn't find any that were, that I could make over. So I made my own. Took me a while to figure out how I could make it, and I figured the best would be cardboard. Something that everybody can do. I love it, and I hope you like it too. I would like to thank everybody for watching. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, and thank you for always coming and supporting me. If you are new to my channel, please, if you could, subscribe, like this video, and don't forget to hit that bell. I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and we'll see you again next time. Bye!